Hello and welcome to Exile Mixes. My name is Ionon. We're doing something a bit different than the usual mixing that I do here. I'm going to present to you two drum performances. Let me describe to you the signal flow that we used for both studios. So I had 8 mics going into a very old PA mixer, a phonic 8-channel Impact 2 mixer with 8 inputs. So you might ask yourself, why am I using a PA mixer? Because this studio is in another country. I'll just record there every time I go home. I'll just pack a 2-channel interface like a 2i2, but in this instance, put in my backpack a Zoom TAC2 2-channel interface. Yeah, 7 mics, not 8. So all going into the mixer, then to the interface. In the Pro Studio, on the other hand, we had a gorgeous, beautiful 48 input analog console, a D&R Octagon analog console. Engineering this session is the owner of the studio, the Inspiration Studio in the Philippines, is Steve Perkins. And Steve had Octava Mod K47Hs as overheads. He had a second pair, used that as room left and right mics, and he used a Perlman TM1 as a mono room mic. Back to the kit. On the snare, the usual suspects. He had one of these on top, the Shure SM57, which can be found in any studio in the world. And also he had the same one in the bottom. So snare top, snare bottom, all 57s. And then on the rack tom, he had a Sennheiser MD421. And then on the floor tom, another classic is an Electro Voice RE20. And then, of course, on the kick, another classic is a Shure Beta 52. He had on an Audio-Technica ATM33A on the hi-hat. And then for my own studio, I had the very basic mics because I had these for like 17 years. For snare, I had a PG56 from Shure. Then snare bottom, I had a SM58, and for the kick, I had a PG52, and on the toms, I had another PG56, and on the floor tom, yet another PG56. Oh, I don't have a hi-hat mic because I have a small room. Because of the proximity of the walls and the ceiling, my overheads usually capture the hi-hats. So my overheads, don't judge. I have dynamics. I have VTEX VT ND4s. So for Zizzle, because those two don't give me Zizzle too much, or if they give me Zizzle, it's harsh. So they give me a distortion. Yeah, you will hear it. You will hear it. So for Zizzle, I installed a Behringer B1 3 meters away from the kit, in front of the kit, and around 5 feet in height from the floor. So it captured a mono picture of the kit. So that rounded off the sound. Pro Studio, 11 mics to the 48 input analog console. And then into Pro Tools, I think, or Logic. I think there were DBX 160s on the snare and kick. I think his channels in the Octagon had dynamics also per channel, just like the SSL. So he had those on also, and then I got the tracks and mixed them here in the box. So now, let's go and watch the sessions. you can see how the session sounded. I prefer recording drums, especially drums, in a proper studio, in a room as large as Steve's, because you can always work with it. If you want a huge room, he has that space. If you want a smaller room, you can always add baffles, which he has in that studio. So you can always sculpt the sound that you want. In home studios, you're a bit limited in that scope. I'm not saying that you can't record drums in home studios, because I have been, because there's the only, few times that I have recorded in proper studios, and this is one of those times. The room is actually important. For me, it's always the room. So, yeah, there's a big difference, and that's my opinion. What about yours? And by the way, I'm not an expert. I'm not the world's greatest drummer. And I just love talking about recording and mixing so much that I share what I have experienced. So I talk about what I have done. And maybe some of you can comment and add some ideas to what I can do next time. So it will help me in this journey of learning more about recording and mixing. And thank you guys for hanging around this far. And yeah, I have a bonus video after this short clip and how I learned this song. That's why you might wonder, why are you recording this drum cover in a huge studio? Yeah, I love this. I love this song. But before, I didn't used to love this song. 2 years ago, I played with a band, and I was asked to play this with them live, and then I didn't know the song well, so my friend Clarence in the band, Smoking Guns, taught me how in one of the rehearsals that we had. The sequence, where to go, the verse, and then chorus, how many bars and all that. Of course, after that, I went home and listened to the record myself. But then he guided me so that I can go through the rehearsal, and then you can see us doing that here. After that, I loved this song. So that's the story behind it. So thank you for watching. Till next time. Cheers.